Dropping gems from Keisha Christian. She's on a mission, sharing information, knowledge for soul, body and mind. Dropping gems, KeishaGems.com, KeishaGems.com.
Welcome to Season 2, Episode 1 of Just Dropping Gems podcast, proud partner of Rude Rangers Unite and Strong Island Entertainment. We can be found on Roku and on the Rude Rangers app. Be sure to download the app on your Apple or Android devices. My name is Keisha Christian, holistic lifestyle coach, award-winning author, and owner of Dropping Gems, formerly known as Keisha's Gems. This episode is sponsored by Pure Romance by Venice. Venice, your pure romance consultant, inspires women to enhance their intimate lives and take care of their sexual health. Book your party today. Info in the show notes or description box below. My guest on this episode is a former corporate manager and the ultimate purpose passionista. Kimberley Wiggins is a champion for working women who want to live their best, most important life, as defined by them, by helping them shift from employee to entrepreneur. She helps her clients to take the leap to freedom. Kimberley is a business coach, mentor, and speaker whose greatest passion is helping women to uncover their purpose, embrace their passions, and create strategic opportunities for their lives so they can spend more time with their families. Hello and welcome to this episode of Just Dropping Gems. I'm so excited to have on Kimberley Wiggins today. She is a business coach, mentor, and she really does so many wonderful things for those of us who are looking to start our own business. Kimberley, thank you so much for coming on this episode. I'm so happy that you're here.
Thank you, Keisha, for having me. I really, really love what you're doing. You're doing some amazing work.
Thank you so much. Yes. Now, Kimberley, I want to know what made you or what prompted you to actually get into this line of business?
Well, I have worked in corporate America for just so many years. I started out in accounting and moved to IT. And the one thing about corporate is that you will see a lot of women there doing a lot of amazing things, but not getting any recognition for it. And that is one of the things that I like the least about corporate. And, you know, I've been there for like 20 plus years. I looked around and I started seeing women with the life drained out of them, basically. They were walking around, but their eyes were dead, really. And it was like, I had dreams and passions and ambitions, and I kept thinking to myself, I feel like I'm in the graveyard and I'm just going to die here without having fulfilled my passion and dreams. So what I decided to do was to start working on myself, and I found a lot of great resources and a lot of great people that were already doing the same. And so I decided I was going to work my way out of a job, and I was going to actually step out on faith after I had built my business to a certain degree and move forward. And I wanted to reach back and kind of pull other women with me that are in that space or in any job where they are not feeling fulfilled. And so I really want women to hear me when I say that, because I really, really mean it, because I think that a lot of our best talents and treasures are being wasted on a job that you really don't love. If you love your job, that's different. But if you're working a job and you really don't love it, I think that we waste so much time there trying to figure out what to do. And there's a whole community of us, like myself and Keisha, where we are entrepreneurs. And we started out in one space and stepped out on faith and decided to do something else. And we're here to support each other.
That is so beautiful. And you know what? I could relate. I mean, I wasn't in corporate America. I was a classroom teacher. And after about, I would say, 12 years, after a while, I figured like, there has to be more, and actually when you don't move on, your body will start taking a toll. When we talk about, when I talk about holistic health, it will start showing up in your body in other ways. So it's so important for you to really walk out and step out on your purpose. And that's beautiful that you had the courage to do that, because some people don't. They'll talk about it, but they'll be on the job for like 20 more years,
Yeah.
So that's beautiful.
Yeah. And Keisha, I don't really, if you love your job and you love going to work, I tell you, I had to go across town where I live here in Atlanta a few days ago, and I got on the interstate because I never have to get on the interstate. And I got on the interstate and we were at a dead stop, and we drove like 15, 20 miles an hour for like 7 miles.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh my gosh, how do people do this? How do they get in a car and do this every morning?
I don't know, because I couldn't.
I was so thankful the whole time I was driving. I was in this space of thankfulness and gratitude that I didn't have to get out in this every day.
Yeah. So I could relate to you. I don't know how. And a matter of fact, even when I was teaching, all the schools that I taught at were always close to my house. Just for that reason, because I didn't want to go too far, get into traffic and all that. So I could definitely relate to that.
Yeah.
So what exactly do you, the women that I'm assuming you work with mostly women, or do you work with men as well?
I only work with women.
Oh, okay. All right. And what exactly, is there like a program that they have to go through, or what is it that you actually do? Do you do workshops or anything of that nature, or like a retreat or something like that with them?
Currently what I do with women, because my sweet spot with women who are wanting to start businesses are those who are at the very beginning. They're at the forefront. They don't know exactly what to do. They don't know what they're doing. They're looking around, hearing all the noise in the space, trying to figure it out. So that is really where my sweet spot is. And what I like to do with those women is I start them off with what I call my Rise and Grind Radical Accountability Program. And we start off for a month at a time. And one of the reasons I do that is because there are so many people in this space, and there are so many people that will tell you so many things. There are so many different types of coaches out here, and so many people that will tell you, oh, you need to do this, and oh, you need to do that. Well, I feel as though even when you're starting out in business for yourself, you already know what to do. One of the things I heard you say, Keisha, was everything you need is already inside of you. Mm-hmm. And that's true. You come with that special set of expertise and knowledge, and you just already know what to do. Really, I'm not teaching you what to do. Well, all I'm doing is helping you put it together in a way that fashions your new business and help you to grow it. So you can get your first clients and you can feel that confidence that you can do this. Because women stepping out of the 9-to-5 space into a space like entrepreneurship, their confidence wanes more than anything else. And it is the confidence that causes people to not really know whether or not you can help them. You know what you want to do. You know what problem you want to solve. You've already selected that. I help you fine tune those things if you haven't. I help you see who your ideal clients are. And then we figure out, a lot of people will try coaching with you and they'll forget that there's a finance aspect to that as well, because you got to have a budget. You're still working a job. So you got to figure out, and there are things that you have to pay for in your business. So you have to have a budget so you can figure out what will your job cover? A lot of people will tell them to quit their jobs. No, you need that money from your job to get your business going.
Exactly.
And, there's a time factor involved. And in that time factor, because you're still working the job, you probably need to figure out, well, how am I going to make time to work on this business? So we cover all those things as we're getting you set up in that first 30 days. And then after you've gotten set up and we've determined what project you want to work on, then we start walking down that path with the project. And then there are other opportunities to work with me in a mastermind setting for 90 days at a time, where we are chunking your business down into 90-day periods and really honing in and fine-tuning what we need to do to get your business running right.
Oh, nice. So you actually take you actually go step by step. So once you from initial with the thought of running the business, do you do like a business plan with them as well?
Not an in-depth business plan in the sense of one that you would need to get a financial loan, but we do a business plan that applies to you. One of the things that I keep in the forefront, Keisha, is to keep it simple.
Okay.
Because a lot of times we get information overload, we get so much stuff thrown at us, it paralyzes us. So in order to not have women feel that, I keep it very simple. So the business plan that we devise is something very straightforward and simple.
Nice, nice. So from you're taking them from setting up their business, and then once their business is set up, you actually it sounds like to me you help them to look at what their ideal client, what you want your ideal client, depending on what business setting you're in, what your ideal client looks like. So do you do like, I'm thinking, if you're thinking of having your ideal client, do you do some kind of like exercise with them where they like will describe what they want their ideal customer or client to look like?
Yes. And as a matter of fact, we do several exercises. So because what happens, and I'm sure you have found this in your business as well, is we start out and we want to help everybody. It's so broad. But the sweet spot for every entrepreneur is being able to niche it down to something very specific, to a very specific problem, so that the people that you are meant to target, they can hear you amongst all of the noise, because you are then talking directly to them. You're saying, hey, I know you've got this problem. I'm here to help. Here is your problem. Here's my solution. So we do several exercises in that area. And what I found is when you become a new business owner, because you want to help everybody, it does no good for me to say, you're really not going to be able to help everybody. It's too many people for you to help. For me to be able to say niching it down and trying to force clients to niche it down never really helps. So what I've learned to do over time is just let it happen naturally. And it does. When I know you can probably attest to this as well, Keisha.
Yeah.
When your clients are looking for you and you start speaking their language, they're going to find you. And all of the other people, it doesn't matter who you think your client should be. Those people who are meant for you are going to find you. They're going to want your services. They're going to hire you. And all the other people it's just noise. They're going to fall away.
Yeah, this is true. And being that you said that, that's what led me to write my second book, Holistic Gems, about allergies. Because I was like, okay, what's my niche? And my niche, I know a lot about how to treat allergies naturally, because it's something I do myself. So you are absolutely right with that. So so from there, once they find their niche, so do you like once their business is up and running, do you actually then show them like do you do like marketing strategies with your clients or anything like that?
Yes. So we talk about where their clients would hang out, where their audience would hang out. We have strategies that we work through to help them get their first few clients. And it's essential when you're getting your first few clients to be able to get those testimonials, because as soon as you get those first few clients and you get those testimonials, you get those testimonials up on your page, that is proof. That is proof that what you're doing, you know how to solve a problem, you know how to reach people, and it works. And so we really focus in on getting those first few clients and getting those testimonials up and working so that you can get yourself out there in a bigger way. People can then begin to see you and see what you can do. And then after we have fine-tuned all of that with the marketing strategies that we have, then we get you really visible. And we do that by, you can decide what you'd like to do. You can do blogging, you can do podcasting, you can do a YouTube channel, you can do an Instagram channel, whatever you'd like to do to get yourself out there in a big way, to be more visible. We talk about your social media so you can really begin doing lots of postings and meeting new people, getting in Facebook groups, putting yourself out there. We talk about all of that because visibility is highly, highly important.
Nice. That's really nice. Other than social media, do you teach other ways of showing visibility? I'm just like curious about that.
Well, the only ways that I show, yes, in social media, but in blogs, because I really think that, or podcasting, because, you know, I'm a podcaster myself, and there are lots of ways to cross podcast. One of the things that, you know, I'm focused on doing for my podcast moving forward too, Keisha, is actually having someone come in and just host it for a day, for an episode or two. And it's my podcast, but they're going to host it. And they can bring another guest on if they're like, so there's a lot of ways to do that. And in addition, blogging. Being able to guest blog, when you really have a good feel for what your content is and what you're putting out there and what your message is, you can create blog postings and you're able to share those postings with other people. You can blog with other bloggers and be able to really just get yourself out there. And in each of these things, one of the things I teach is that there's a call to action in each of these things.
Exactly.
You're asking people to do something, whether it's to follow you to the next thing or to buy your program or to just give you a call so you can get to know each other. You're asking them to do something.
Yeah. Okay, cool. That is so cool. So, and as far as marketing strategies go, once they have established their business, once they have brought in their ideal client, do you do any like advanced marketing strategies with the clients as well?
No, unfortunately, Keisha, I don't. And I'm not ashamed to say it, because what I really do is I kind of stay in my lane.
Okay.
Yes. But I do have, especially via podcasting and just meeting all of the people in the great coaching community, I have a lot of resources where I move my clients from a very basic level with me. I move them to another level with another coach that's more advanced, who can actually take them into a higher level business. What happens is a lot of times people will see these advanced coaches talking about higher level strategies, make $5,000, $10,000 a month. And yes, you want that, but you're here and you can't get it by passing the space in between here and jumping to here. It just won't work. So I help them get that good foundation set up so that when they are ready to advance to another marketing strategy that does make $5,000, $10,000 a month, then they have a solid foundation and the confidence and the proof, and they've started amassing content to get them to that place where they can go ahead and step into the $5,000 or $10,000 a month easily.
Nice. That's really good.
Yeah, it's like a middle ground between that. Mm-hmm.
Oh, good. Do you have any sort of community or group on Facebook that will that entrepreneurs who are, or people or women, I should say, who want to be entrepreneurs to join so that they would learn or come together as a community if they have any questions or struggles?
Yes, I do. I have my Inspired Women, Amazing Lives community on Facebook, and it's fairly new. Just started it, and I don't have a ton of members yet, but we're growing and we're getting there. And so, yes, and that is the place that I would like to bring women, and we just talk and commune and have questions. And I do Facebook Lives in that group with information that will help them to grow their business. But it's a place where I say no person is left behind. Nobody is staying there stuck. If you have a question, we figure out how to answer it.
Nice. That is beautiful because, when you start out in business, sometimes you're all over the place. And I like the fact that you bring all of that together and you make it cohesive and clear for your clients. That is a beautiful thing. Is there any advice you want to share with my audience as far as starting your own business, or anything you would like to share? Hello?
Yes, I would. The one thing that I would say is, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, the one thing that I would say for women who are listening and interested in starting their own business, don't doubt yourself. All the skills and abilities that you have amassed over the years, and these are skills and abilities you've been using on a job or in a corporate space or doing something else, those are the things that you bring more to the table than you really know. You have, just to repeat what Keisha said, you do have everything you need inside of you already. So don't doubt yourself. If your dream and your passion is to start a business and work your way out of a job, and that could be a great thing, to work your way out of a job so that you're at home with your families. Keisha, I'm huge on families. Mm-hmm. So that's one of the reasons I work with women only, because I believe that women are really the foundation of the family. And because they are, I feel as though they should be at home. And this is not an old-fashioned value for me.
Yeah, but I could understand that because women are the nurturers.
I feel that women display, and with the generation of children we have today, I feel as though we really need our parents, our mothers at home, giving children guidance and direction.
No, I agree with you. If someone considers that old school, then but I definitely agree, because by nature we are the nurturers. You teach a woman, you teach a nation.
Absolutely. Oh, I love that. I'm stealing that one.
Yeah, so that's a beautiful thing. And if you are afforded the ability to work at home and then be with your family, that's even better. You're there because especially with the children, you are teaching them, number one, how to start their own business, how to run their own business. So you're actually passing on a legacy. So what you're doing is probably even bigger than what you imagine. Just from what you told me, it's even bigger.
Yes, it is. It really is. Because you're right. I've had clients who have said, because I started a business, my children were interested in starting a business, and we figured out something they could do to start a business so they could get the taste of it, the hang of it. And it has taught their children so much more. So you're right. Mm-hmm. It's changing the family unit.
Because a lot of these things are not taught in school. Like, I had to learn this on my own, so when So I'm even thinking when you do teach women how to build a business, you are doing much more than just teaching them the skills for having a business, but also how to bring this into their family and to create legacy, because that's what we need to do.
Yes, we do. You're so right. We need to change the way that things are moving, and the way we do that is by creating legacy. Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's a beautiful thing. Well, Kimberly, do you have any other words of inspiration or anything else you would like to share with my audience?
Just definitely, if you have any questions, if you're in doubt, if you're thinking about starting a business and not quite sure, you can always reach out to me at Inspired Women, Amazing Lives. I don't charge to talk. I actually love meeting new people and talking to people about what their dreams are and what they'd like to do. I'd love to chat with you to be able to see if we can pull that inspiration out of you that you have for your business.
That's beautiful. And everyone, all Kimberly's information will be in the show notes, all her links, the link to her her Facebook community group will also be in the show notes as well. Her website and also her podcast, the links for that will all be in the show notes.
Thank you so much, Keisha, for having me.
You're welcome. And thank you for coming on. You shared such a wealth of knowledge with my audience today. I thank you, and I appreciate you taking the time to share space with me today. All right, everyone. All right, everyone. Have a blessed one. Much abundance to you. And thank you for listening to Just Dropping Gems podcast. Be blessed. Thank you so much for listening to Just Dropping Gems podcast, proud partner of Rude Rangers Unite and Strong Island Entertainment. We can now be found on Roku and on the Rude Rangers app, which can be downloaded on your Apple or Android devices. This episode is sponsored by #Pure Romance by Venice. Venice Richards, your pure romance consultant, inspires women to enhance their intimate lives and take care of their sexual health. Book your party today. Info in the show notes or description box below. It is also sponsored by Dropping Gems Publishing and Dropping Gems Academy. Be sure to visit our websites where we offer holistic solutions with the soul in mind. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at www.droppinggems.com. If you are interested in being a sponsor or advertising on this podcast, you can contact us at www.keishagemz.com or email us at KeishaGems.com. That's KeishaGemz@gmail.com. Much abundance to you. Peace and blessings.